Rift is an adult podcast. It has violence and bad language and bad jokes and just all around weird stuff. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Welcome back, my nerds, to Rift, a real play D&D podcast. I am the ManNerd, your favorite DM. And you know what? We have another episode for you. They are in a cave. Our misfits, our ranger, our barbarian, and our cleric. They don't know where they're going. They're just moving along trying to find the source of this mysterious sickness. I can already tell you that you're not prepared for what they're going to find. Are they going to find the source? What's going to happen? Who's going to die this time? Find out right now. Let's do this. So last time, all of you came into a village separately, and you never got the name of that village. You never asked, actually.
I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, fuck, wait.
Pretty sweet village. Lots of nice people. They were having a harvest festival, and then something went wrong. People started dropping in pain and becoming very sick, and Priince Kiind went in, and he was able to heal everybody, almost killing himself in the process. And then you two showed up and started figuring out the mystery. Ended up being the pastries from the innkeeper/baker that Archie found at the waterfall. And he helped him bring the tainted whatever it is in there, the liquid that is very, very sweet and makes everything taste awesome. And people were getting sick from it. For some reason, Archie did not get sick. Daryl and Terrell did not get sick. Bam, look at me go, Zerk. The non-binary Aarakocra herbalist.
Yeah, they're really cool.
All right, so you guys made your way up to the waterfall, retracing the steps of where this mysterious liquid came from, made your way into a cave and got attacked by one rat. Mr. Kai got chest scratched or bitten and found a healing mushroom. And then you came across some spiders that led you to a big nest of a giant spider. And Archie was given a blessing, a magical item, a ring. Looks like it's made out of hardened spider webs. It is the Ring of Spider Friendship. When activated once per day, he can detect all the spiders within a 20-foot area and know their intentions. That's where we left off. So you are in this cave and you are in front of this giant spider web that has closed back up. And what direction do you go? You can continue down south, keep following the water, or there was a way up a little bit north-ish that goes to another split off of water that went down a little waterfall, but you can go above it.
I believe that there was a side path we could take that would lead us up to where the waterfall was coming down from.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we should probably take that as our main path. Yeah, I think so.
Making your way up towards the top of where the waterfall is. Let's reveal that. So you walk up a little bit of a steep incline and make your way. You can look down and see this waterfall. You saw the bottom of it from below. Now you're at the top, and then this cavern kind of opens up. The water continues, and you see another glowing mushroom, which is the same color as the other one. So Archie and now Kai, you both know that that is a glowing mushroom. And then as you're walking up, you look back, Priince Kiind is gone. You don't know where he is.
Shit, where'd he go?
The Kaibon sort of looks around, not anxiously, but concerned, and is gonna go and sort of try and find their tracks as best as they can.
Okay, so you go back. Why don't you roll me a investigation?
All right.
Well, he does that, while they do that, I'm going to harvest the mushroom.
Okay, so you make your way across the water, harvest the mushroom, and give me a perception check, Archie, after Kai's investigation.
Natural 20.
Oh, natural 20 it is.
First roll of the match.
All right, so with that natural 20, you notice that there are some drag marks that weren't there when you walked up that go back towards the water that you came from originally. and it looks like it was angled in a way that it gets whatever that was, which you can assume was Priince Kiind, got dragged into the water and then up the stream. So the opposite direction of where you're going.
Right, wasn't this where we met that spider?
Yeah, the spider was up here in the corner on the northern end of where this water is, where this stream is.
Kaibon's going to wave for Archie to follow them and is going to make their way up back to that area, drawing their war pick.
All right, and Archie.
Yep. Well, it's fitting that that Kaibon got a natural 20 because I got a natural 1.
Oh,
So-
no.
Okay, so with that natural 1, you're starting to look around, but then you're distracted because Kai calls out for you.
What?
Well, it's less calls out and more just sort of like waves to get their attention.
I'm distracted by the waving. Oh, wait, what?
I point down. I point at the ground and then point to where I believe that they've been taken.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I guess we gotta go after him. All right. Yeah. Let me finish here first.
I grab the mushroom. I'll go hop over and meet Kaibon.
Okay, so you guys are up where the big spider web still is, and Archie, you can sense that giant spider's still there. There's a few little ones hanging around in there, and then up on the walls. They are friendly to you.
Okay.
Their intentions are just to hang out.
Yeah, and because Archie is, already interacted with them and they seemed fine, he's gonna just completely ignore that space where the spiders are and make their way down to try and find Kiind.
Okay, so make your way down to the water right below you, and it goes upstream left.
Oh boy.
So any sign of, there's no marks because whatever you saw went into the water. So you'll have to go through the water one way or another to try to pick up another track.
Okay. Is it deep or is it just like ankle height?
Yeah, this section is pretty rocky, so it's just ankle deep.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start making my way across and check to see if Archie wants to ride on my back again.
I think I might be able to take this one.
And I'll use the leverage of the rocks to kind of hop my way through, just hopping from rock to rock.
I'll let Archie do that before I follow.
Okay, roll me some acrobatics on that.
All right.
Fancy ass old man.
There's hippity hopping out here. That's a 11. Yeah, 11.
Well, shit, my number was 12 in my head.
Well, shit.
So you make it across, very slippery. You do fall in a couple times, so you're pretty wet.
Fuck.
I go
damage.
over and help.
You're just
and
a little
help out
wet.
as best I can.
I just get up. I say,
I'm not as spry as I used to be. Yeah, getting up there. All right, onward.
Kaibon kind of like nods and understanding, like, yeah, I get it.
Okay, so you make your way up the stream, and you can see that the stream keeps going up, and there's also a way down south, an opening. Let's see here. Let me double check. I believe Kai, your perception. Okay, so it was
12.
Archie. Archie had a pretty decent perception. Okay, so Archie, you're the first one up. You're wet. You look down and you actually see some footprints go down south.
Kai, take a look here. Got some more footprints.
Kaibon crouches down, takes a look, and nods, and brings up their shield and sort of leads as a vanguard.
Okay.
yeah, Archie will follow.
All right.
That's not a
Ouch.
good sound.
Okay, so you make your way down, and it opens up into basically a big cave area. Pretty tall, about 15 feet high. Goes off to your left a little bit, and you can see that it's a dead end, and then it keeps going down to your right. And at the end of the drag marks, you see a giant wolf spider. And before you get up to it, Archie, you feel that giant wolf spider. It is right there. And its intentions are all over the place. It wants to run on the walls. It wants to make webs. It wants to eat. And then when it sees you, it wants to attack you.
Okay. I say, oh, this one's not nice. Okay. All right. Sorry, I shrug my bow off my shoulder.
Yeah, I'll take a step forward, shield up, like ready to go.
All right, let's roll some initiative.
Yes. Combat.
Yes, this is not a nice boy. Nice one.
Oh, there's the better roll. Okay.
Not bad, not bad. 13 total.
22 for me.
My god.
All right, let's see what Mr. Spider gets.
Look at the range you go.
Okay. All right, so Archie's gonna be first, then Spider-Man. All right, so you have this giant wolf spider, and when you look at it, Archie, you know the shape of these things. You've seen them all the time. You've seen them this size, but something's different about this one. It looks like all of it's just completely black. Like, not like, you know, its coat is black.
Right.
It is like shrouded in a black vapor, and you can see it kind of wisping off of it a little bit. And Kai, you've seen this before.
Oh god!
Oh shit.
This is very much not good.
All right, what do you do?
Me? My first?
Yep, you're up.
Okay. Oh god. Okay. And I say, this poor creature, he's been touched by foul magic. It's okay. I'll take care of you. And I will take an arrow, knock it, and pull back and take aim and shoot.
Okay, go ahead and roll me in a ranged attack.
All right, that is 12.
That does not hit. All right, you pull back this arrow and you let it fly, and that ring is so useful, but it's also kind of distracting. You are not used to this. That rage from that thing just kind of hits you, and you know you're not on your top game right now.
Okay. And I would like to specify that when he does shoot the arrow, you see him actually, because the bow's about the size of him, so he holds the bow out and he steps on the bottom of it with his foot in order to have some extra leverage to be able to pull back.
Nice. Now, question in my head here. Do you carry the full length bow with you, or does it fold in half?
So yes, I did want to specify that as well. So the bow is made of like a hodgepodge of different kind of like found woods from the Underdark and the surface. It's just been kind of, you can see it's almost like tied and buckled together in places and glued by like tree sap. And then the outer edges of it are actually two bones that fold inward, and then they can snap out when the bow is ready to be used. So that way you can actually hold it and not trip over it all the time.
That is really cool.
All right, so after that attack, Archie, I would like you to talk about just one thing from your past. It doesn't have to be very specific, just one thing from your past that made you travel. I just want to add that out there. Since we never did any real introductions, I want to do it, in the moment.
That's fair.
That made me travel, like when? Like way back when?
To the surface world.
To the surface, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I had spent many years traveling the Underdark, exploring and surviving, but I always knew there was something more, something greater than what I had seen before. So I went to the surface. Took me decades to adjust, but now I'm older and quite enjoy the place.
Perfect. All right. Next up is the spider. All right. He is going to jump up onto the ceiling and then make his way towards you, Archie, and then lunge down at you from above. Let's see what happens. Does a 19 hit?
That does hit.
Okay. 19 hits. Oof. That's going to be 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Okay, Constitution, that's a 12.
Okay. You actually saved on that one.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah. So this spider comes down, bites you. It does hurt, but your skin's a little bit tougher since you've been in Underdark many years. So you are used to this kind of poison, and your skin's kind of used to it, so it kind of shrugged it off. Did not get poisoned.
Oh, come on, you beastie. I'll take you down.
So after that, it's going to go back up the wall. So it is above you two.
Does it incur an opportunity attack?
Let's see. Yes, it does, actually.
All right. Well, I will definitely take a swing at it with my reaction before my turn comes up. That is going to be a 15.
That hits. Roll some damage.
All right. Swing up into it with my war pick. That is a total of 8 damage.
Ooh.
8 damage.
Nice.
Okay, so you swing at this thing, and when you actually slice through it, you see this green fluid come out of it, and the black vapor kind of comes down with it and then goes right back up to the creature itself. And it looks pretty bad. It's in pretty bad shape.
Okay.
It is leaking fluid everywhere. All right.
It's my turn?
Yep. Do you get 2 actions?
No, I only get the... no, that
Okay.
was my reaction to hit
I know
it
that was your
as it
reaction.
escaped.
Yeah. Okay. It is your turn.
How high up on the ceiling is it?
That ceiling's about 15 feet, so it's pretty high.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take a step back so that I'm right next to Archie, and I'm going to hold my action to attack it as soon as it comes down.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
All right.
Yeah, like Kai has this instantaneous moment of like tension as they see this thing that reminds it of, what attacked their clan, like a couple decades ago. And it's this immediate instinct to guard Archie, and so they step back and heft their shield.
Okay, so with that, the spider is going to come down, and he's going to go straight for you.
Good. I
The
wanted
spider's
to
got
turn.
another turn?
What was that?
So the spider's got another turn already? What?
Yeah, Archie just went.
No, that's Kaibon.
Or,
That was Kai.
sorry, Kai just went. Sorry. Never mind. I'm in the wrong order. Archie,
Just want to make
you're
sure.
up.
I was like, wait.
I was looking at
all
the
right.
wrong table.
So yeah, Archie will take note of Kai in a very protective stance over him, and he'll just step around, plant his foot on the bottom bone of the bow, pull back, and as he takes aim right at the eyes of the spider, a single tear will fall from the corner of his eye, and he says,
I'm sorry, poor creature. Hopefully this will save you.
and he'll let the arrow fly.
All right, roll it.
All right, there we go. That's 18 to hit.
That hits.
All
All right, so
And,
you just have to do 3 damage.
all right. Well, I did 10.
Woof.
So you let that arrow fly, that single tear rolls down your cheek. The heat from your body from being just so upset about this makes it dry up, and you just see a single stain on your left cheek. And bam, that spider falls down. It is dead. The black vapor around it, you can see it pull back into its body. And with that ring, right before it ceased to exist, you felt that it wanted to go somewhere, that it needed to go somewhere in this cave. And that's what you get out of it.
With my history with these entities, do I know if the shadows literally go into it, like that, it can be removed and dealt with afterwards, or?
So, from your experience, after you dispatched these creatures, which were all sorts of different creatures, but shrouded in this darkness, that the darkness receded back into it, but never showed itself again. As far as you can tell, it was gone as soon as the body was dead.
Okay, so it doesn't just like retreat into the body to fester. Okay.
Okay, so roll me one of you roll me another perception check.
You can go ahead and do it, Archie.
Do it with a different die this time. Come on,
There you go.
perception. There we go. Ooh, that's better. Okay. Perception. That's a 16.
Okay, so with the 16, you can tell that that wasn't the only giant spider, and the drag marks that you saw before that you can assume is kind continue on down south and then go a little bit west and go around the corner, and up north. You do see another glowing mushroom, healing mushroom, and then you see the water continue. You can see that whatever took him went that way.
I want to check Archie's injury because I saw them get bit. How does it look? Do they seem like they're doing okay?
It's you can definitely see the bite. Like the bite itself is bleeding, but you don't see any like blackness or anything around the wound.
Okay. I guess I'll like pull a strip of cloth and like bind it as best I can. Not nothing crazy, but just like staunch the bleeding.
Hold yourself. I appreciate it, but let me try this first.
And he pulls out the glowing mushroom that he had scavenged, and he'll consume that.
Okay, 1d4. Roll it.
1d4 plus anything or just by itself.
Just by itself.
Ooh, that's a 4.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
And you have another healing mushroom in front of you that to be harvested.
So immediately you see the skin patch itself back together, and any lingering part of the wound sealed itself closed, and it's as if it wasn't ever there to begin with.
Kaibon like gives it like a quick once over and nods their head, and then very, very gently like wipes the stained tear from the side of Archie's face before picking their war pick back up and standing and looking around and sort of looking up towards the north half of this cavern to sort of ready themselves for the next, bout of combat should it arise. And so is going to like bring the shield up and is like with purpose going to start making their way towards that in that direction.
Okay, so your choices as you make your way to the top of this cavern is to follow the water back where you came or continue up north. And you can kind of skim along the water on this section. You can go right on the side of it without getting into it. Okay, so do you make your way through?
Well, I'm gonna hold until Archie finishes gathering the mushroom.
Okay.
Gather.
You got one more healing mushroom.
Woo. I'll look beyond just to see if I spot anything this direction.
Okay, so yeah, roll me a perception.
Just before we go the other way, I'm gonna stay on this die. It seems to work for my perception rolls. Yeah, all right. It's a 17.
Okay, with the 17, you do notice that there are some footprints that go up there. There's the drag mark that kind of ends at a wall, so you can assume that it carried Kind up the wall and continued above the water. But there's also some footprints, so you don't know exactly who they came from, but they go up towards the area you're going.
Okay.
And as you make your way up, you notice a few little spiders on the wall. You can feel them. You don't necessarily see them yet. They want to get away.
Are they going the direction that we're coming from?
Yeah, they're actually coming back from where you're going. They're going to basically go the way you just came from.
Right.
They're just making
south.
their way away.
Okay. I just Kai and I say, there's something in that direction that is not so nice. Be on your guard.
Kaibon like nods and as we continue forward, I'm gonna be like taking like the dodge action the whole time just to make sure, I can dodge whatever might arise.
Ooh, okay. So as you make your way up, how does that look? Are you just kind of kneeling down with your shield up, or are you doing like cool rolls?
It's mostly it's not just like rolling from one corner to the other like a combat roll. No, it's like getting lower to the ground, sort of shrinking their overall, the space that they might be hit at, shield up, protecting as much of them as possible, with the war pick held sort of at where the haft meets the head, so that also can be used to sort of like knock aside blows that the shield can't protect from.
Okay, you make your way up. All right, so the water starts to widen and it gets a lot deeper in the middle, and it keeps going up towards the north, and there is an opening over to your left, and then you can see that it looks like it's going to open up into an even bigger spot up north to the left of where the water turns, and that water turns right. And then there's also a cavern to your right that you can go.
As soon as we get to the part where this room starts opening up, I would like to start sneaking, basically just trying to stay as hidden as possible, just in case there's any threats that come up here in this next area.
Okay. With your passive perception, you notice that there are a few rats here and there.
Okay.
And they have the dark wisp coming from them.
Okay.
But you are sneaking around, so they do not see you.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll sneak, and then I'm actually going to pull out my short swords while I'm sneaking.
Okay. So what side are you going to come out on, the left or right of the water?
I'm going to come out the right.
And I'm letting your perception roll from last time. When you saw those footprints, you see that those footprints actually go up to the right that way.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I'll follow.
There are no drag marks, just footprints.
Am I given indication to where Archie has gone?
Who went first up the side? I'm guessing you?
I believe it was me.
Yeah. It was Kai.
Okay.
Yeah,
so I would guess that you guys would be in complete, acknowledgement visually of where you two are. Yeah. Okay. So you know where he's going.
Seeing Archie sort of crouch down and try and stealth as much as they can, Kaibon's going to do the same.
All right. And Archie, do you point out the rats to him?
Yes, I definitely do. I give the whole I point at my eyes, then point at the rats.
You can see, like, as Kaibon sees them, they, like, bring their arm back like it's, like, an immediate instinct to just, like, smash them, but, like, pauses and sort of... It's not a sense of there's anger there. It's just, like, that's the most sensible thing to do. But then Kaibon pauses and brings himself into a more calmer state and continues and sort of does their best to continue leading and, staying protective and guarding.
Guys, make your way up. You notice that this does open up.
Ooh.
Well, that's a big mushroom.
That's a big mushroom.
Yeah. Well, the size of it's about the same as the rest.
Okay.
How dare you? Look at how beefy that mushroom is.
So you see another healing mushroom, and this has nothing to do with the fact that you have no healer here.
Yes, definitely not. Or that we're level 1.
Right.
All right, so this opens up. You notice that the footprints kind of veer off to the right and then disappear into some darkness. You can see that there's probably a little back cavern.
Yeah, I'll stealthily try to walk up to the mushroom and harvest it without drawing too much attention, just in case.
Yeah, and Kaibon's going to sort of post up against the wall, waiting for Archie to finish so that they can, then jump around and to, like, aggress on whoever might be around the corner, but, like, waiting for her.
Okay.
As soon as Archie finishes, if he does it successfully, he would like to quickly give the mushroom to Kai.
Okay. Yeah, you do it successfully. Not a problem.
Okay, perfect. And
Kaibon just pockets it, or stores it in their robing, because I just realized Kaibon would have made pockets, but they probably don't have very many. A lot of loose robes.
fair enough. I have a pack like full of shit. It's a bunch of random stuff in
I like
there.
that. I just have a pack full of shit.
Troll shit's very good at warding off animals.
He's had a lot of time to collect a bunch of things,
Okay, so you harvested that. You give it to Kai, and now what do you do?
I peer around the corner to see if I can see what's in this back cavern.
Yeah, definitely gonna, I'm there ready to both throw myself in front of Archie and go around the corner to attack if need be.
Okay, so you see the footprints. It's a couple sets of prints, and then it opens up into a little bit of an alcove there, and you can just see footprints all over. Like, whatever was here, whoever was here, was all over this area. And let's see, give me a perception check.
I was gonna say, is there anything that we can, glean from this? Can I also make a perception check?
Yes.
Oof, that's a 6.
Ooh, that's 22 for me.
Oh, bless.
Okay. All right. Kai, you just notice all of the footprints. And Archie, you see that at the end of this alcove, there is a pile of rocks. It looks like somebody placed this pile of rocks against the wall, and you can assume to cover up a hole. And as you get closer, you see some dried blood on the ground and some drag marks that look like it came from behind that pile of rocks outward.
Outward
Towards you.
So, like, whatever was in there was pulled out?
Pulled out or crawled out, something like that.
Okay.
And yeah, with that 22, yeah, you got this easy. You notice that under the dirt, the blood's definitely dried. It's not fresh. Under the dirt, you find 3 gold pieces.
Ooh. Snapped up the gold. Okay. And I'll look at Kai and I'll say,
Looks like something was hidden behind here, but it looked like it got out. This space is weird.
Now, do you get up to the stones? How close do you get?
I mean, yeah, fairly close, like 5 feet away or so.
Okay. That perception check, you hear some muffled whimpering coming from the other side of those stones. And if you'd like, you can give me a nature check.
Ooh, yes. That's a 9.
Okay. Well, with that, you can tell that there's definitely something back there, and it sounds like it's in distress.
Okay. I'll look at Kai and I say,
I think there's something behind there. We should probably help get it out, right?
I'm gonna set my shield and my weapon down, and I'm just gonna start pulling the rocks away.
I'm going to avoid the debris from the rocks. Just stand to the side.
No, I'm not like chucking them. It's like pulling them aside so there's not as much noise, but also like, yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm just like lifting them and throwing them over my shoulder, like, get the shit out of my way.
All right, so those stones aren't too big, but there's just a lot of them piled up, so you're able to move them, and you open up a entrance that's about 3 feet high. It's enough for you to crawl in, and it's just enough for Archie to walk in with just going down a little bit,
Like
putting his head down.
duck, yeah.
All right, so you could tell that this opens up into a little room, and I'm
All right,
guessing you go in.
Do you want me to go in first, Kai? Might be a little easier for me to move around in there.
Kaimon just sort of gestures like, it's up to you.
Okay. I'll just start walking towards it.
Okay, so you go in. You see more blood at the entrance of this room from the other side. It looks like that's where the source of it came, and whatever it was got drug or crawled out. And there's a big dried puddle there. And then as you look in the room, in the middle of the room, you see a treasure chest. It is on the floor open, and it has giant teeth, and there is blood all around it. There are 2 arrows sticking out of it, and there is these small stones all around the floor, around it, in front of it, behind it, to the side of it, and a short sword sticking out of it. You know that is a mimic, and it is dead.
Oh, it's dead.
Okay. I thought it was like still alive, and it was the one that was whimpering. Okay.
I also thought it was the one whimpering.
So I'd like you to give me a perception check in here. You're going to get the main stuff. It's just, we'll see how detailed it is.
Well, it's a natural 19. So
Yes!
that's a 24?
Damn.
24.
All right. So you see this dead mimic, and you can see that there was definitely a fight in here, and someone survived and crawled out and then sealed it back up. The whimpering, you can hear it's coming from the back. It's only about 7 feet high in there once it opens up, 12 feet wide, 12 feet deep. So pretty big for you, buddy. And and you see in the back corner 2 empty chests open, and they are completely empty. And then behind those chests is the whimpering. You see a slightly smaller treasure chest that is whimpering. It has rope tied around it and chains and a lock holding the chains on.
Aww. Kaimon's gonna sort of like crawl in after. It's a very tight squeeze. Kai is beefy and is gonna like sort of like crawl in after, and is very thankful when they're able to stand up. They don't have their weapons on them still. They're still like left outside of this little cave, and it's sort of like curiously looking over the bigger mimic.
Yeah, so the bigger mimic is dead, and the small mimic is tied up and whimpering in the corner. Not too much smaller, but you could tell it's a little bit smaller.
Right.
You know, I know these things are dangerous, but sometimes it's the dangerous things that need the most care. So I think we should let this thing go.
Agreed.
Oh, okay. Wow, I thought I was gonna get a lot more pushback on that. Well, thank you.
Kaimon just like shrugs like, no, not at all. Shrugs and shakes her head like, no, this is so very open and shut. All right, I'll go to jail now.
Why don't you give yourself some inspiration for that really bad joke?
Hey!
There you go. That's worth the inspiration.
And before I forget, I'd like to introduce each of you get a plot point. So you can use that to put a little, twist on the story if you want. Of course, it can't be game breaking or like, oh, I actually packed like 7 swords with me or a magical item. It can't be like that. Just little nudges here and there.
Okay. I'm gonna have to write that down somewhere because that's exciting.
Okay, so how are you going to try to release this? There is a rope around it and also a chain that is locked with a lock.
Okay. I don't think I have any thieves' tools, do I? No, I do not.
You are a rogue, right?
I'm a ranger.
Oh, you're not a rogue yet? Okay.
Not a rogue yet. Yeah, so I didn't get into my starting equipment. And as much as he's traveled, I don't know if he's had too much use for thieves' tools.
Well, I'd say that with your
He's
bag
proficient.
of crap, you definitely have small little bones, like the picks and stuff.
Ooh, you know what? That's a good point. I have harvested a lot of little bones. half my knickknacks are made with bone. Paddywhack? Yeah, sure. So I'll take my pack off and I'll dig inside it and I'll start kind of throwing some stuff out. You see like a little thing with like a dial on it that's made with some like leather strips and some rat's bones, and that it looks like a makeshift compass.
Oh, I
take
love it.
and I'll take the needle off the compass, which is actually just a little rat tailbone. And I'll take that and I'll again start searching and pull out a little tube that has a bunch. You hear something rattling inside it. It looks like there's some membrane kind of stretched across. You don't really know what it is. It's probably better not to ask.
Fair enough.
He unties one of the leather strips around the membrane and dumps some stuff out. And you see a bunch of like little animal like leg bones and stuff. And it looks like one of those. It almost looks like a toilet paper tube size.
Got it.
So yeah, he takes a couple of bones from that, goes up to the lock on the chain
On the mimic.
that.
Yeah.
On the mimic, and he starts trying to pick the lock with the animal bones.
Okay, roll me a sleight of hand.
While that's happening, Kaibon's actually going to be like moving the big chest like to the side and removing the arrows and the short sword and just, I guess, they're not burying them, but like being very respectful and sort of cleaning them up, sort of in remembrance of their death.
Okay, I like it. When you pull the short sword out, you see that the tip of it is broken.
I will put the short sword in the mimic's mouth as like, you deserve this. You kicked this one's ass.
My sleight of hand was 21.
Oh yeah, you are able to unlock that easy. It pops open. The chains are still wrapped around the mimic with the rope. So the next step would be to just take the chains and rope off, which is easy.
Before I do that, I put all the crap that I took out of my bag and put it back inside. I placed the needle back on the compass, put that back in. I put all the little bones inside the tube and put the membrane back on, tie the leather back around it. And I look at Kai and I just give him a little half like crazy smile and just shake it, and it just makes this like shaking sound, like this is a homemade instrument that he had made just to be a shaker. Puts that in
Kaibon tries not to smile, but it very much like creeps in there.
So once he finally has everything stuffed back in his bag, ties the seal off, he will go back to the mimic, and I look at Kai and I say,
Right. Are you ready? Just in case?
Kaibon nods.
okay. And I will very gently place my hand on top of the mimic in a very calming gesture. And I say, we're going to get you out of here. Just hold on. And I very slowly and carefully start removing the chains and the rope.
Okay.
Kaibon is there, not threatening, but very much like trying to, I guess, vibe? That's not the right word, but trying to present a lot of peaceful energy, but is still prepared to like catch the mimic if they start to, become aggressive.
Okay. So what I would like you to do, Archie, is roll me a animal handling with advantage, because it's a very calm situation right now, especially with Kai's help.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell that we're not acting in aggression or trying to get at him. All right. So animal handling? Ooh.
Yes.
With advantage, that's a 21 also.
Nice.
Hell
Man, you're killing it.
I'm getting some decent. I've gotten some low rolls so far, but I'm starting to get some decent ones.
All right. So with that, the whimpering is happening right before you put your hand on the top of this mimic. And then once you do, the whimpering subsides a little bit and it looks up at you with its many eyes. And you can tell that it just wants to be free. So you take the chains and the rope off and it lunges past you and goes straight to the dead mimic and starts whimpering next to the dead mimic.
Kaibon's gonna go over and very like show their hands like so that the mimic knows that the hands are coming, and then very gently pet them like in a very soothing like it's okay.
Okay, so the mimic lies down and closes its eyes. You can see it physically close its eyes and just is whimpering next to this mimic, and you can tell that it just wants to stay there.
All right. right, little guy. We'll let you go. I hope you'll have some sort of closure.
I look up at Kai and I shrug my shoulders.
There's a lot of like apprehension in Kai to leaving this mimic chest here, but gives like a slow, hesitant nod and goes to make their way out.
Okay, you guys make your way out?
Yeah. I'm going to put some of the rocks like around the entrance, not enough to block it in case the mimic wants to get out, but just enough to kind of disguise it a little bit from passersby.
Okay. And with that, would you like to try to conceal the footprints?
Yes.
Okay. So give me a investigation. I'm guessing that you're helping with this.
Yes. My investigation's not great.
Yeah, we're both, I think, trying to get this place as cleaned up as possible to where nobody knows it's here.
Yeah, so I got 11.
Okay. So with that, your help cleaning up the footprints to kind of dissuade anybody else that might come in here from going this direction like you guys did. And you see in the corner that there's a bag, presumably left by whoever survived that mimic attack. And it's just sitting there.
I'll pick it up and take a look inside.
Yeah. Okay. I get to use my D&D generator.
Yes.
Yay.
Loot.
All right.
It's actually a trap.
It's a bomb.
Yeah.
It's a
You just
full
picked it.
modern claymore.
You picked up the lone backpack just sitting there.
We just get bagmans.
Okay. So you find the haversack of resupplying.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
All right. So the capacity is 420 kilograms.
Just some.
And do you reach inside the bag?
I mean, can I look inside of it first? Does there appear to be anything inside it?
Yes. You see a
Okay.
fish in there.
I mean, I guess I'll reach and grab the fish.
Okay. You grab the fish, and it just looks like a cooked fish. Doesn't look bad.
Kind
It's
of like,
fish.
pulls it out and looks it over like, what the fuck is this?
Okay. When you pull out your hand comes out with a small tattoo on it.
Come on, rubs it. There's
What does the
skin.
tattoo look like? It's going to come from your head, so.
Oh, where is it on my hand?
It is on the top of your hand under your fingers.
Okay, so is it like a whole hand style
No,
deal, or is
just a very
it's
small,
just a
probably
small one,
about
sort of
like
like
2 to 3 inches.
so like on the back of my fist?
Yep.
Is this my left hand or my right hand?
Whatever one you reached in with.
Well, because the left hand's the one that's bandaged.
Okay, so right hand then.
I think that it is the symbol of, I think it's the symbol of exile from their clan. It's very similar to the clan's emblem, which I haven't thought up yet, but there's this mark through it. It's not like it is both denying, it's like a mark that sort of cuts through the whole thing, but is interwoven to the piece so that it still appears very beautiful and ornamental.
Okay, awesome. So you pull your hand out, and that tattoo wasn't there before, but you recognize it.
I was like glancing between the tattoo and the bag and the tattoo and the bag, and it's just very confused and a little concerned, and like dips the fish in, like picks up the fish and like dips it in, almost like trying to see if it's just like, if you reach your hand in the bag, you get a tattoo now, and like is trying to see if the fish has any tattoos when they pull it out, like not dipping their hand in, just the rest of the fish.
You put the fish in, take it out. Fish is just like it was. It's just a dried fish ready to eat.
Kaimon is fully distrustful of this strange bag.
Well, if you'd like, you can add this bag to your inventory.
I mean, I'm definitely adding it to my inventory, don't get me wrong.
It is a bag of holding. You can fit 925 pounds in there.
It's a bag of holding?
Yep.
Oh my god.
I love bags of holding.
Oh, I do too. I just didn't expect to get one at level 1. Get in my fucking inventory. It's a 900 pound bag of holding?
Yep.
Holy shit.
The haversack of resupplying.
Holy god. Goddamn, okay.
I'll probably regret a lot of things I give you, but I'll work with it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna use this. But that's awesome. That's really, really cool.
Sorry, I was gone briefly, but I heard what you were saying. Damn.
Yeah. That's nearly double base bag of holding size. All right. I'm gonna I'm actually gonna eat some of that fish and then offer some to Archie. Just
Okay.
like Kaipon turns back around and is like partially eating a fully cooked fish and like has a bag in their hands and offers part of the fish to Archie just out of nowhere. Has like walked into a corner and then emerges with all this shit.
What? How?
Points at the bag.
Oh.
So I'm going to do a little bit of a plug here. This is a D&D generator, What's in the Bag, by Armored Wizard on Twitter. Someone I've talked to, and it's Mad Dwarf Productions. He does a lot of different Android apps.
Okay,
Pretty cool.
Once Kaibon knows what this is, like properly, we'll do a thorough check of what could possibly be inside it. But for now.
I'm going to make it
Bang.
easy for you. There's just a fish. And now there's no fish.
What fucking idiot left this behind? What a great fool they were.
Okay, so you guys are outside of that little space where the mimics left, whimpering, very sad. You found this awesome bag. You harvested that healing mushroom, so you each have one now. And just for the sake of it, you do check out the rest of the area. I've had you roll a lot, so the only other thing you find is a sling.
I'm going to look to Archie and using a lot of gestures and Simon Says, but very obvious. Not Simon Says, but what's the name of the damn game?
I Spy?
No, I don't remember. But essentially, Kaibon's going to say through gestures, "We will return later."
Charades?
Yeah, charades. Thank you. Is going to essentially use charades to say we're going to return later to check on the mimic baby.
Archie emphatically nods his head.
Okay. So now you've checked this whole area. There is dead ends everywhere, so you have to go back the way you came. So go back into the open area where the water's a lot wider and deeper. It does make its way up north, and then you can see that there's a bigger opening over to the west, and then you can actually follow the water or go left to the west.
I'd like to go whichever way avoids the rats.
Yes, agreed.
When you go out, you don't see the rats there anymore.
Oh, okay, lovely.
Well, that's so much worse. Okay. I mean, I guess at the very least, I want to see what's in the much larger open room.
Yes.
Sort of see what that space looks like, what might be in there.
You have a few directions to go. You can continue up north through the water, or you can go, looks like around it and still follow it, or you can go explore the cavern farther to the left.
Is there any indication as to where the spider may have taken Kind?
So you do see drag marks again, and it goes up the path to the left, basically around the water, and then goes following the water back up.
Dang, they're just going all the way to the source, huh?
It appears so. Maybe we should check out this cavern just a little before we go up there.
Kaibon gives a nod of agreement.
All right. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and somebody give me a perception first.
You want me to go? Or you want
Yeah, probably. I've only got the +2.
Ah, damn it. I moved the map again. One
That's
sec.
cocked. I got a +5, I think, for perception. Yeah, I do.
Oh, wow.
That's a 14 for me.
Okay, 14. All right, so with this, you actually see footprints, the same type of footprints that you saw from the mimic alcove, and it looked like they were in a hurry and someone was dragging their feet. There's 2 sets of them, and it definitely goes up. Damn it, I did it again. Gotta stop doing this. Goes up to the north of this cavern here.
But there's none leading away from that. It's just towards.
Yeah, it's just going up that way. Kind of like they were in a hurry and someone was dragging their feet like they were hurt.
Okay. Kaibon's gonna lift up their shield again and start walking that way.
Okay, so you walk that way and you see 2 human bodies. They are both dead. One of them looks like it has a bite mark on its leg, and you can tell from the punctures that it's definitely from that mimic. And the other one has been ripped into pieces.
Oof. Okay.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Is there any way to tell what did it?
You know, whatever it was pretty big. It ripped it into pieces and slashed at it.
That's not ideal.
Are we able to see down this entire cavern, or is this like before?
You can see inside that entire cavern. There's just rocks here and there. There's cobwebs. You do sense some spiders within your range. That's gonna wear out here in a little bit because you'll be past your hour.
Right.
You just notice that they're just hiding. Their intentions are just to stay put.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I guess I'll take a look at the bodies and I guess, like, check them. I want to be clear. I'm looting. Kaiban is not looting.
Okay, so give me an investigation check.
All right. 14.
14. With that, you can see that the body with the bite mark, whoever that was, they died from that bite mark from blood loss. The ripped apart one, from the marks on the ground, you can tell that they were chaotic. They were running around. They were being attacked by something. And you see whatever that was had big old footprints. And you have not seen that before, that particular footprint.
Okay.
And definitely with that, they next to them, there's a couple sacks. Looks like they definitely have stuff in them.
Are there lots of little bite marks as well, like rat bites essentially?
No.
Or is it just the big ones?
Yeah,
It's
just the big mimic one on that body, and then the other one was slashed at and torn apart.
And neither of us recognize the footprints?
Nope.
Okay. I'll start searching through the sacks while he's investigating the bodies.
Okay, so you look into the sacks and you find combined 400 gold.
Whoa!
So you can tell that they took the gold from those empty chests in the mimic alcove.
Yeah, they did. Okay.
God, damn.
Well,
Okay.
That's a lot of gold.
Everything's gonna be very expensive in this world. Just saying, I'm only gonna use gold.
That's fair.
All right. Well, cool. So I guess we got some spending money. Oh, damn. Maybe this is a lot. I don't know if I can carry all this. Can we just put this in that new bag of yours? A fancy little bag.
Kaiban nods and holds out the bag, sort of like opens it up for them to.
I'll very slowly drag the bag over.
Kaiban will walk over
And with everything in my might, try to pick it up. Barely getting up off the ground.
Kaiban will like reach over and like just immediately like just take over the whole process.
Archie, give me a strength check real quick.
My massive +0.
That jumped. All right, let's try it again. Wow. I rolled a natural 17, so that's a 17.
Damn. Okay, you don't struggle at all then.
Oh, well,
I use my Grog Strongjaw dice.
Oh.
So you pick up one of those bags and you heft it in there, and you make it look pretty easy. And when you pull out your hand, there's a tattoo on it.
Oh.
And that tattoo is from your brain, so it's something from your past, something that's important to you.
Yeah, I imagine it's a little web with a spider in the middle.
Kaiban holds up their hand to show the tattoo that they got as well.
Oh, hey, look at that. Huh. I've never gotten a tattoo before.
Kaiban is going to sort of roll up some of their pants to show a very intricate looking like lattice work on one of their legs.
Whoa.
Before rolling it back down.
So obviously you're no stranger to the inked arts.
Kaiban shakes their head and gives like a small smile.
Okay, so you guys are next to some bodies. You both have tattoos now. You have a lot of gold. You got a cool-ass bag and a couple healing mushrooms.
This is proving to be quite the cave.
Oh, yeah.
Kaiban is played by Gallant Fool. Archie is played by Robbie Merchant. Priince Kiind is played by Lich Lockhart. And I'm the ManNerd. I'm your DM. I'm Andrew. How's it going? Nice to meet you again. You know, our party of unexpected heroes tend to save the beasts that most people won't save. They saved a freaking mimic. Heck yeah, right? And you know what? There's some nasty stuff in this cave, as you can see. And what the heck happened to Priince Kiind? Well, you're just gonna have to tune in next time to find out. Don't forget to check out my website, themannerdpodcast.com. Check me out on Twitter at ManNerdPodcast. And you know what? There's links to everything, everywhere you go. Join in, throw me a comment, give me some names for some NPCs, some weird magical items. Who knows, maybe they will end up on the show. Sorry to see you go. We must part once again, but you will return. I will return on the next episode. See you later.